Well, hello and welcome. Welcome to Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. I'm Joy Ruffin. And whether we're global, so whether it's good morning, good afternoon, good day, good evening, and maybe to a few of you, good night, you're always welcome here. And we always bring you a fabulous featured guest speaker. And today is no exception. The work that I do is as a leadership and signature style specialist. And my featured guest speaker and I, it's a love fest, but we're going to have fun together. I want to give you a little bit about her bio because I know you're eager to meet her and to say hello. So I want you to meet, when I bring her up in just a second, I want to share with you first a little bit about her bio, and it'll be brief. Her name is Sonya LaRae, and Sonya LaRae is a multi-talented powerhouse. She labels herself, I do, and she does as well, a fashion psychologist. That was my first introduction to her. Now she's labeling herself a luxury lifestyle architect. I love that. And she's also a health and wellness enthusiast and a beauty expert. And it goes on and on and on. Her background is impressive, as she is. And you know what makes her special? I hope all of you know by now, most all of the guests that I bring to you, it is like a love fest. We have such deep admiration, appreciation, and respect for each other. And Sonya LaRae is no exception. So before I say anything else, what you want to do is meet her. So I'd like to bring her up and to say hello to Sonya LaRae. Greetings.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm so honored to be here. Oh, I see Joy is here too.
Another Joy. Good. Whispers in a bottle. Oh, I love it. Sonya, I am over the moon that you're here because this has been a long time in the making. We're both super immersed in what we're doing, and yet we have this love fest. So tell us very briefly a wee bit about your background and how you got started before we get into the nuts and bolts of what we're going to be talking about today.
Well, first and foremost, I'm so excited to be here tonight. And my background, I came into my career early in my life. I was 18 years old when I formed my company, LaPaz Image Consultants. And I am a lifestyle relationship counselor, fashion psychologist, holistic health and wellness practitioner. I'm really excited about bringing all the new elements into the space and places of my clients' lives, especially working with C-suite executives in this space. So it's exciting for me because it kind of challenges me to always step out and step into new things and even to broaden my education even more. So even when we met, it just was a beautiful element to our relationship as well.
Yes, I quite agree. And you know what? Just what you said, Sonya, but you and I both are open to change. We like making new connections, and our loyalty, integrity, and transparency is just evident. And this is why I love you, and all of the people that you're working with adore you so much. But let's talk about what you're doing right here and now. You're doing a little bit of everything, but you gave me the title, The Hidden Burnout Among Executives. So
Yeah.
let's talk about that. Why is there this silent suffering behind the title going on? What happened?
Well, you know what it is that so many times as professionals, we're doing a little bit of everything. We're
Mm-hmm.
placing different things in our life and in our space and our place constantly. So in turn, chronic stress is disguised as productivity. And
Mm.
people think that that word productivity means like, oh, I'm just doing more things and I'm able to stretch myself further. But you're constantly on that constant on switch is on. It's never where you're taking it down. You're not placing the different things into your space and place to help you to reset and to help yourself to decompress as well. So many people think that booked and busy is the best thing in life, but it actually could be a sabotage to your longevity and your career.
I love that, booked and busy. You know this word, Sonya, busy. It's beginning to annoy. I don't like foul language, and I know neither do you. We've had a discussion. It's beginning to annoy the HELL out of me because I don't think it's the right verbiage oftentimes. So you said booked and busy. Why has that become so involved with so many people that it's consuming them? What's happened that we have to be boom all the time?
So let me first put it into perspective.
Yes.
83% of the US workers suffer from any kind of work related stress, first and foremost. So
Mhm.
everybody is trying to be the greatest, the best, the latest out here. So
Ooh.
society has placed certain stigmas upon success and what success is supposed to look like as well. So even if you look at it from the standpoint of social media, and we talk about this constantly. You and I have spoken about this before,
Mhm,
about the
mhm.
pressure of trying to look successful or looking so productive without it being a worry, a stress, is why we see this more, because people are glamorizing this whole approach to being so able to do everything. I always tell you that I work with clients to have them remove the S off their chest and the
Yes,
K from around their neck.
I love that.
The stereotype that you are supposed to be able to leap over buildings in a single bound. And unfortunately, it causes sleep deprivation, it causes people to be addicted to caffeine. And then it's that spiraling of the emotions because you're not able to reset.
I love that. I love that. And that relates and ties in for me and for most everyone who's tuning in here, Sonya, too, how we all want to be seen, heard, and valued. But I think what most of us, and I feel, I see, and I know, and so do you, that most of us, Joy, so glad to have you here, a namesake, Sonya. It's so important for us to really get to know ourselves, because then we don't have that hunger. And you gave me this word a long time ago, thirst, to be seen and heard in the wrong way. And
Correct.
when we talk about that, we could talk about the illusion of control and constant overextending. Speak to that a wee bit.
You know, it's sad because as people, now I'm going to say this. So let me put it in two categories. So
Please.
then with women are constantly overextending themselves. They do
Mm-hmm.
it inside of their family dynamic constantly. They take on more than they should. But what it comes down to for men and women, so this way we can connect the dots clearly across the board,
Mm-hmm.
especially the word no. No is a complete sentence.
Uh-huh.
It has a period at the end, and it doesn't have an explanation to it. A lot of times when we're talking about burnout, it's the simple fact that people forget that they can say no. And so in turn, it's just that stigma of constantly saying yes, saying yes. But saying yes is almost like overloading your plate with food and trying to eat it all in just 15 seconds.
Yes. Sonya, I have to tell you, I'm chuckling away here in love, lady. You know that. But I'm all about, as you are, we use different verbiage, but it's the same dialogue. The divine feminine. But that divine feminine has divine masculine and feminine combined. So I'm seeking the balance. And you are too. Because when you say that we as women overextend ourselves, much of that has been because of our conditioning, the programming, and the sexualizing, and that hunger, that thirst, that starving to be seen, heard, and valued, but we're not doing it in the best way. So, what are you offering those who are these high executives in corporate professional service settings to be able to get to, first and foremost, to begin the change, to begin the transformation?
So I'm excited over it because I've had the opportunity to do this. And this is the second time of it coming around to be able to offer this masterclass that is
Mhm.
called the Executive Glow Reset.
I love that.
Because when you hear that, it automatically tells you that you're going to be nurturing yourself from inside out. So
Mhm.
most people think like a glow, it means like it's all here. But healthy glow starts from inside.
Oh,
So it
absolutely.
means how we nurture ourselves. How are we going to kind of lower the levels of inflammation? Because people don't realize that stress raises that cortisol level, but it also raises that inflammation level in you as well. So strategic things being placed in your life, but understanding how to do it. And it's a beautiful class. It's going to be in August. It's August 23rd at 1 p.m. and it's only $399. And so you're going to come away with a book, you're going to come away with techniques, you're coming away with a patent breathing technique as well. So it's a lot of things that's in store for them.
Sonya, I love the wording for this because the executive glow reset, you got some powerful words there. Reset, glow, high executive, so on level. but to glow and have a reset is major, and you're going to be about that. We're going to talk a little bit more about your masterclass that you're having on August the 23rd. But for now, before we go to a quick little break, what do we do about the illusion? Oh, you highlighted it somewhat, but let's expound a wee bit more. The illusion of control and constant overextension. And I want to speak to that for this reason, because control, in my humble opinion, speak to it, you always do, it's a deadly word, control. Manage,
Yes.
yes, not control. So speak to that.
So one of the biggest things as a luxury lifestyle architect, I
Yes, I love
help my clients to really understand that, so many people are searching for that balance, that word balance. That
that.
word balance I never use because it's subjective. And
Mm-hmm.
when you have a word that is subjective, it means that it could be a little bit of anything. But literally, harmony is something that we can achieve seamlessly
Mm-hmm.
without even forethought or anything like that. So when you're speaking about control, you have to be willing to let go of certain things in that staple of control where it becomes delegation. Delegation
Mm-hmm.
relegation is a superpower, and most executives feel that they have to have their hand in and on everything. So in turn, their lives are spiraling, their career is spiraling, but they don't have a free hand to catch the lifesaver that is out there, that rope that is going to catch them like the executive glow reset, because they're spiraling out of control.
I love the way you put that, and thank you for the understanding of balance. Because usually when I use that word balance, I put three of them together. I like working in threes and five: balance, harmony, and grace. Because unless they're combined, you're not going to be able to get that balance that doesn't is not subjective. So I
Mhm.
get that. I really love that. But why is it that we, as women, from your viewpoint, vantage point, why is it that we're so into this overextending? You started off with that, how we overextend ourselves. Why do you think that is? From the beginning of time, as far as I can say, it's been. Why?
So a lot of times, learned behaviors are passed on.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times people don't even realize that the blueprint has already been set for them.
Yes, yes,
So if
yes.
you think about it, the lineage in a family, the wives, the mothers have always been the ones that have carried that burden, of like, I can do everything. And there is no one that is every woman. And I like to really kind of sit in that space and educate about it, because when you're every woman, you're not the woman you need to be.
Oh, I love that.
So you have to let that vibrate at a different decimal to receive that, to realize that when you are constantly being every woman, you never show up as the true, authentic woman you need to be.
Oh, hallelujah. Sonya, I happen to love Shaka Khan and Whitney Houston and their rendition of I Am Every Woman. And I dance and Zumba to it all the time. But what you said and how you said it, it resonated to the marrow of my bones. You want to be the woman, not
That's
every
it.
woman. Brilliant. Brilliant. I hope you have that in a book somewhere.
I do.
It needs to be. That is fantastic, because somehow that learning behavior and that blueprint that we're all more or less out of the womb and still with, even though it's changing now, these babies that are popping out of the womb now, they're coming here with a different awakening, a different awareness in so many ways. But I love that. And that's going to stick with me. You know, my lady love, I'm going to take, because I'm going to do it a little bit early because we have so much more to talk about, a little bit of a reset. And I'm going to talk about a couple of things. I'm going to mention your masterclass again. And towards the end, we'll bring it up again and you can talk about it. But for now, hold tight. My engineer is going to scoot you into the green room, so to speak. And I'll be back with you in just a second. I get excited. I can't help it. And I love this lady. It shows, doesn't it? We are asking you, she belongs there, to join our group, the Leading Ladies Leaving Legacies. And what's beautiful about this group, Sonya and all the other women there who choose to, you can connect with at your time space all of the other women who are in the group. It's your group. So we want your vision, your mission, and your purpose to be in this group. And for you to connect with all the other women who are there, who are like minded or not, because you never know where a connection is going to take you. So please join this group because we need you there. We're building. Love that word, building. And then I have a YouTube channel. It's called Fashioning Femininity, Style, and Truth. And it's all about you, me, we, us, all of us. Connect with me there every week and subscribe. Give me your likes, your comments, your suggestions, any and everything, because we need you there because we're building a community. And again, Sonya is a part of that as well. Now, let's talk about her retreat, the Executive Glow Reset, August the 23rd. This is going to be phenomenal. You need to be there because this lady knows her stuff. And you know, I love the word stuff, S-T-U-F-F as in Frank, because she's knowledgeable, she's full of love. And those three words that I put together in the beginning, her loyalty, her integrity, and her transparency is ever at the forefront. So you can't miss out on this. And for the fee for this that she's securing, it would be absolutely bizarre if you were not able to be there. So make sure you connect. Take a screenshot, take a snapshot, and join us there at her retreat. The Executive Glow Reset. I love that name, Sonya. I do. It's a great name. I don't know how you come up with these names, but it's great. Let's talk about achievement addiction. The high performers double-edged sword. Let's talk about that. That's a doozy.
It is. And you know, this is the funny thing. So, you know, I've achieved a lot.
You have.
And I've gone to school for a lot of things, even as far as it goes coming. And when I first started out in the wellness sector, I was a certified health coach, right? But as I really developed my understanding and my knowledge for it, I went on and I became a practitioner in it. Because I saw where I really wanted to kind of be instrumental in that space and place of developing things deeper for my clients.
Right.
But some people are addicted to achieving certain things. It's the accolades that they're addicted to.
Yes.
So in turn, how do we put the balance back in it is this. What really nurtures to feed your soul correctly?
Oh my goodness.
First. Secondly, people have to understand that when you're only striving for things, that's futile because you're not going to really use it. You just have all these little degrees, you have these accolades under your belt, but you never really get to nurture it where it becomes something that is now valuable and viable for someone else to nurture and pull from.
I do love that. And you know, Sonya, please put on your tiara when you come next time and when I see you, because you deserve it. You are the new age Wonder Woman. I use that a lot with those special women that I adore. And when you said you started off in the wellness section and you mentioned feeding your soul, I always say the heart and soul connected. Because if that's not connected, no matter how much wealth, money, education, looks, body, all of that, it doesn't mean much. And there's no longevity there. There's no legacy left there. And not because I'm a happy senior, but legacy is what we're all here to leave in one way or another, even if it's just with our family members. So I love that. When did you realize that this feeding the soul, and maybe you always knew, was paramount in evolving into all that we're here to be?
So, you know, Joy, you already know that I kind of had this innate inside of me from young.
Yes.
I've always known that I had a certain ability inside of me from a young age. But as I developed myself, really the authentic self of Sonya, like I told you, I came into really knowing myself, really honoring who I was at a very young age, 15, 16 years of age. But as I did this and I made that walk into there, I also knew when I was 18 that I wanted to imprint on people's lives, not just to impact, but to imprint, meaning that I wanted to make it where it was a place and a space that held a section in their heart. When they met me, they knew that I connected for a reason, not just for the moment.
You know what, Sonya, as you're talking about that, I remember some of our conversations, and I don't have regrets, but I really wish that I had met your mother. Speak to her a wee bit, because what you shared with me about that heartfelt love and connection that you had for her and how she nurtured you. Speak to that a wee bit, because people need to hear that personal side of your story with all of this success and power that you have now. Share with us a little bit about that, whatever you choose to.
Oh my goodness. My mother was truly, as they say, the wind beneath my wings.
Yes, yes.
And she birthed life into me.
Mhm.
So everything that she did, my mother was a hippie.
I
And
love
the
that.
free mind, that free spirit was just so vivid in her. And every lesson and every conversation, she made sure that she planted the seeds that nurtured this person that you see in front of you. So
Mm,
when she passed, I thought at first, like, I just was, it was nothing. Like I was nothing, like my heart, a part of my heart was lost.
yes, yes.
But as time went on, that vibration and that burning that she gave me was so hot that I had to show up
You know
because
what I love?
she is.
Thank you for sharing that, Sonya, because all that you shared with me is endearing to me, because when I remember all of it. But what stuck in my craw in the best way was you said my mom was a hippie. And that just speaks volumes about a lot of things, all good in many, many ways. And thank you for that. So I really appreciate your sharing about your mom, because I really wish I had met her, and probably did at one time or another, regardless of what your beliefs might be. Now, let's wrap this up with diminished return on investments on leadership performances. What are some of the ways that you can help to take people away from that outlook and mindset, diminishing return on investments?
So I'm huge on emotional intelligence.
Ooh, me too.
Matter of fact, I dedicated a full season to emotional intelligence, really
Mhm,
helping people to build their bank account. So,
mhm.
in turn, if you look at it in the way of money, and people can understand it very clear when you speak dollars and cents, so it really registers correctly.
Yes.
So, if you are really valuing who you are depositing value into yourself. You're not so quickly to start to buy junk bonds, investing into things that are not going to nurture your
Mhm,
soul, that
mhm,
are not going to build in that constant development of mind, body, soul awareness.
mhm,
It requires action on our parts. The deepest thing we have to do is really be proactive in that space and place. So it requires that you ask yourself those introspective questions. And that's a deeper space and place. And I always say there's a power and there's a life and a reverence in the word why. Because even when we speak it expels that life air out of us.
mm,
So that is something that is very needed at this time, and especially if in this climate that we're living in.
yes. I love the way you express the why, because I was always a why kid. I still am in many ways. But you mentioned emotional intelligence, which I speak to all the time. And the way that you spoke to it, Sonya, and how you wrapped it up, I add in emotional intelligence, emotional healing, and the way that you spoke to it, emotional security,
Yes.
which is how you spoke to it. So it all wraps around itself together in the best way. All right, my love, we have a few more minutes here. So you gave me this last one that I really want to speak to. Preventive lifestyle architect is a new power play. We already know, but you tell us your take on that. The preventive power play is what I like, because one of my favorite words is power, but with ability and love attached. Yes.
So I like to tell people I'm your prescription for that antidote.
I love it.
I am your prescription for that antidote because as a luxury lifestyle architect, I have already figured out and I've already placed the necessary keys and elements and the prescriptions you need to really be able to extract all of that stress, all of that negative energy, all of
Mhm.
that valuable time that you have squandered. Now you can get it back in total recall and everything else that you need to nurture your mind, body, and soul.
Yeah.
So why not invest in yourself? the biggest investments that we can make is in ourselves.
Oh, I agree. I
Because
agree.
if you don't have your vitality, you have nothing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know, Sonya, you ended for me with the bullet points that you gave me, and I love this. True executive power lies in sustainability, not sacrifice. And that's what you just spoke to. I love it. I'm going to ask my engineer to put up your graphic one more time, and then I want you to speak a little bit more about this, and then give us your ending thoughts, your pearls of wisdom, your takeaway. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart, but don't go anywhere. Just speak to your masterclass here.
So the master class is wonderful because it's really you getting to work one-on-one with me, really feeling how it is. Now, a lot of people give you a master class and they're trying to upsell you to the next thing. That's not what this is about. This is really giving you the keys that you need to open up the corridors, the hallways, and the secret compartments of your heart and your mind. So you really engage and ignite that executive glow for forever, for that eternity of your life. You have to always be willing to put the necessary keys back into play. And that may mean tapping back into me and having a one-on-one session. But this is not that class. This is a master class that is going to open up the doorway for you. It's going to teach you how to get that circadian rhythm back into the space and place where you're having that real REM sleep. What do you need to nurture your skin? How is your skin telling on you because it has so much stress? So this masterclass is powerful.
Whew. And I love what you said about the keys to securing. How did you say that? Keys to what? To the compartments?
So I give out master keys in all of my discussions. So
To
my master
secure.
keys allow you to open up the hallways, the corridors, and the secret compartments of your heart and your
Secret.
mind.
Secret is a word that I like. I couldn't get quite that. But the keys to the secret compartments of the mind, the body, and the spirit. I don't think anything beats that. And the circadian rhythm. Ooh, it's going to be good. Hopefully, simplicity. Somebody says it's not just dropping cents into the piggy bank. I
Yes.
love it. And so, what a great way to do. You know, Sonya, the Love Fest is real. I just applaud and celebrate you because all through the years that we've known each other, I think about what, 3 to 5 here now,
Yes.
your support and your guidance and your genuine love has always been there. And we've been together for a short time, but it's real. So share with us whatever food for thought, takeaway. What do you want to leave us with? We already know about the masterclass, Executive Glow Reset, that you're having on August the 23rd. But what else do you want us to take away? What are the pearls of wisdom that you want to leave us with?
I think the biggest thing I want to leave you with is this. You were never meant to carry it alone. So that's the real flex in your life. And even if you know when to recalibrate, we have to know when to recalibrate, when your health is thriving, when you need to actually see how you're moving in a space and a place. You know, when your health is in a space where it needs to be, so your influence is in there as well. If you are really aligned with the things that bring you happiness, or if you're struggling in a space and a place, look, connect with someone who's willing to help you to really vibrate at the decimal that you really need to be vibrating at. And most of us don't even realize that our life is more than just numbers and checking in and checking out from work. It requires us to be full in every way.
Sonya, you were never meant to carry it alone is a wonderful way to end, but we never end. We continue. My engineer is going to slip you in the green room. Thank you. This was absolutely yummy. I loved every moment of it. And I always learn with you. It's a great thing. I'll be with you very soon. Friends, and all of you who showed up for our beautiful Sonya Joy and the other Trey and a couple of other people here, thank you for coming and sharing time and space with us. We love what we do. And when we bring to you each and every week a featured guest speaker, they come to inspire, impact, and make an imprint on you. That's what we're all here for. And I don't think Sonya could have ended with a better mantra. You were not meant to carry anything alone because none of us do anything really alone, no matter what our gifts might be. Be well, take care, enjoy the rest of the week, and know that I always send to you, from my heart to yours, much, much love. Stay well and take care. Cheers.